Every legend leaves a trace. Some linger in memory, others in things that were never meant to fall into human hands. In the Myths Belief Store, you'll find artifacts, talismans, and relics steeped in the darkness of ancient faiths. Enter if you dare to touch what is forgotten and terrifying. Link in the description. In certain corners of Indonesia, it is believed that when a child is born, another being enters the world as well. An invisible companion, a spirit of birth that can become a guardian, or a harbinger of misfortune. When night falls over the house and the newborn sleeps in its cradle, something watches from nearby, something the people of Java call Ari Ari. Ari Ari is a spirit connected to the newborn's placenta, which in Javanese culture is treated as the child's spiritual twin. It was believed that the placenta has its own awareness, its own energy, and its own path that it must follow. That is why Ari Ari is not an ordinary spirit. It is a being that comes into existence at the exact same moment as the child and remains inseparably linked to it. In folk stories, Ari Ari has no single, fixed form. It can appear in different shapes depending on how it was treated. As a gentle light hovering near the cradle, a shadow resembling the silhouette of a child, a soft breeze that moves the curtains, or a dark, shapeless mass if the spirit is restless. Some say Ari Ari can be heard as a faint whisper, a creaking floorboard, or footsteps that stop right beside the crib. Its nature is dual. It can be a protector, but it can also become a threat if neglected. In Javanese culture, a child's placenta is sacred. After birth, the family performs a series of rituals meant to give the Ari Ari spirit peace and a proper place in the world. The most important of these is the burial of the placenta, usually at the entrance of the house, on the right side for a boy and on the left for a girl. These are symbolic doors through which the spirit is meant to guard the family and watch over the newborn. The placenta is wrapped in cloth, sprinkled with floral water, and then buried in the ground. A bowl of water, a candle or oil lamp, jasmine flowers, and rice or fruit are placed above the grave. In some regions, a lamp is lit every night for several days after the birth so that Ari Ari has light and does not wander in the darkness. It was believed that this spirit is like a newborn. It needs care, attention, and respect. If the rituals are performed correctly, Ari Ari becomes a protective spirit. But if the placenta is thrown away, desecrated, or neglected, the spirit can become dark and hungry. Then the child wakes up screaming, strange knocking is heard at night, animals avoid the entrance, and the air grows cold as if something unseen is passing by. In extreme stories, Ari Ari may try to return to the child, causing illness, fever, or nightmares. This is why placenta rituals in Indonesia are treated with such seriousness. Some legends say that a neglected Ari Ari begins to wander around the house at night, knocking on doors and windows like someone demanding to be let in. Other tales describe it as a dark, swirling mass slipping through the corners of the room, stopping right beside the cradle. Sometimes it is said to take the form of a faceless child standing in the doorway, staring with empty sockets at the sleeping newborn. People believed that such a spirit is searching for the place it never received, and that until it finds it, it will haunt the home, demanding attention, light, and the ritual it was denied. Ari Ari as a birth spirit rarely appears directly in pop culture, as it is deeply rooted in local Javanese family traditions. However, the theme of birth spirits, placenta-related entities, and rituals surrounding childbirth appears in many Indonesian horror works inspired by the same beliefs. Films such as Kuntilanak, Pengabdi Setan, Satan's Slaves, and Jalangkung feature spirits of women who died in childbirth, haunted children, and protective rituals, elements very close to the nature of Ari Ari. Similar motifs appear in games as well. The Indonesian title Dreadout includes numerous ghosts from Javanese folklore, including entities tied to birth and children, while the Fatal Frame series uses themes of family spirits and rituals reminiscent of practices associated with Ari Ari. In literature, this spirit appears in anthropological works such as Clifford Geertz' The Religion of Java and Hildred Geertz' Javanese Birth Rituals, which describe placenta burial traditions and beliefs about the child's spiritual twin. Although Ari Ari has not gained global fame, Its echo can be felt in many Asian stories about birth spirits and invisible guardians of children. Ari Ari is a spirit that stands on the boundary between light and shadow. It can be a guardian, but it can also become a threat. Everything depends on how people treat its presence. It is a reminder that in many cultures, birth is not only the beginning of life, but also a moment when the world of spirits draws close to the world of humans. Now a question for you. Do you believe that every person is born with a spiritual guardian? Is Ari Ari a protector or a dangerous shadow? And does your culture have similar beings connected to birth? Let us know in the comments, leave a like, and subscribe if you want more stories about ghosts, demons, and myths from around the world.